man, it's weird. It's like I just have no desire for doing anything in my life. It's been like this for the last few weeks. But like this time around, is like there's a lot less anguish about that. There's a lot less like resistance towards that. It's very interesting. It's like in the past I'd have times where I would be like this, where I just don't know what to do with my life. I don't know what to focus on. I don't know what direction to go in, and that would kind of make me depressed or whatever. But these days it's just like, yep, oh, I just don't know what to do. Oh well. And I'm just thinking like, do I get back into that mode of like getting out my journal and writing out, journaling what's going on inside of me, journaling what kind of I want to experience in life, what I want to do in life, and even that desire isn't there, not much. Life goes on, and I have faith that things are going to happen again. Like, I'm not just going to sit here and wither away. This is really interesting, man. Because, like, ultimately, look, dude, it's like, well, you take this one perspective of, like, we're just animals, man. Like, what are we really supposed to be doing anyway? I mean, we eat and drink and shit and walk and talk and breathe. Maybe that's enough. Why do we always feel this need to be like, I gotta keep growing, keep doing things, keep, blah, 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 blah. Like, the other animals have this, man. If you have like a pet, a dog or something, like, if you got a dog, it's like, that dog doesn't have goals, it doesn't have ambitions. It eats, it shits, it runs around in the sun. It feels joy from being on the beach. It feels sleepy when it comes back and lays on the couch. The dog's just living accordingly to how, quote unquote, God meant it to live. It's like, what if your purpose, what if what you're supposed to be doing in life is what if there's like two purposes? What if one purpose is like God's purpose for you, or life's purpose for you, or whatever, and the second purpose is like your purpose for you, like your mind's purpose for you, your ego's purpose for you. God's purpose for you is simply to just experience what it's like to be a human being that can walk and talk and breathe. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's that simple. I mean, it's like we overlook this, like, it's like we go out into the sun, we go outside, the sun's shining, we're walking, we got a cup of coffee in our hand, we're breathing, we're alive, we feel our body, we feel the sensations of walking on our feet, and we overlook all of that, and then we go, now what do I do? What do I do? What's my purpose? What am I aiming towards? What direction am I going in? What's my whole life about? But perhaps, all that is just your own mind. Like, do we need that? Is what I'm saying. It's like, is that necessary? Because, like, yeah, quote unquote, God's purpose. Maybe God wanted, maybe all God wanted, maybe God's purpose, all God wanted is to just feel that sunshine, what it's like to feel sunshine on a forehead, to feel the taste Experience the taste. What is taste? Experience the taste of drinking a hot beverage. To experience what it's like to have feet that can feel what it's like to walk. Man, we take everything for granted. Like a lot of us, most of us, have 2 hands and 2 feet. Some people don't have that at all. You came into this life, into a human body. What were you before that? Nothing. Perhaps before that you were God. Infinite potentiality. And God decided to... What did God want? Wanted to experience what it's like to be a human being. And then man wants to be God, but God wanted to be man. You know, man. Oh man. Man wants to set out and get so much done to be a god in life. To be perfect, not realizing that man's essence is perfect already, because man's essence is God. So this is interesting, man. It's very interesting. You know, like, so yeah, ponder upon that. Perhaps it's just a great beauty and purpose to just sit where you're at right now and just appreciate that. Look, man, you've got a mouth. You got 2 ears that can hear. You got these sensations on your feet. You got saliva in your mouth. You can see colors. You can feel. Maybe you feel trapped. Maybe you feel trapped. Like, no matter where you go, what you do, who you become, nothing ever changes. And we have this hope, though, that the next thing, but the next thing, I will get where I want to get to. I will have what I want to have, really have. I will be who I really want to be and need to be. But have you noticed that that is never the case? That when all is said and done, you are still sitting with the same you. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't matter how much money you got in the bank, how much muscle you got on your body. Yeah, what, you know, it doesn't matter what possessions you have, what friendships you have. Doesn't matter what you get. You will always still be you. And I'm not saying don't seek money, friendship, muscle, go and do all that. That's life. But to think it's gonna like change anything fundamentally about you It's impossible because you are existence itself. You are the only thing that is. That's what you are. You are the unchanging reality that always was and always will be. So perhaps you feel trapped. Like, damn, like no matter what I do, where I get to, what I become, nothing changes. And so, we're still existing in that paradigm. It's like, okay, with it, like I must be missing something. What am I missing? There must be something I still got to do. I still got to go somewhere. I still got to get. You know, I've done so much, but you know, we're spinning on this hamster wheel in the same paradigm. So perhaps what we got to be doing here is realizing how trapped we are, because we are trapped, man. We're trapped as this body, you know. Like, if you want to see it that way at all, like, but to realize how trapped you are brings freedom. That's the thing. To realize that, fuck, like, there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to get. Fuck, I'm absolutely trapped in this. Like, it's impossible to go anywhere and get anything. And I was hoping so much that I could, you know? And so it's realizing how much, it's realizing this predicament that you're in. And it's becoming absolutely hopeless. You know, you become so hopeless. You know, you lose all hope for any destination you can get to or anything that you can become or attain. But losing all hope is where freedom lies. Hopelessness is commonly seen as negative. But actually, it's what everybody's looking for. To be utterly hopeless. Because what are you hoping for? And do you ever get what you're hoping for? Maybe you do get what you hope for, but like, does it change you fundamentally? Like, maybe you get what you hope for, but do you get what you hope for underneath that hope? Like, maybe it's like, I hope for this thing to happen in my life, but it's like, why do you want that thing to happen in your life? Because you hope for something else, which is like this kind of more everlasting satisfaction, and you never get that. So you give up that hope that nothing's ever going to satisfy, because everything's changing. Nothing's going to satisfy. Everything's changing. So when you give up hope, it's like, wow, nowhere to go, nothing to be. Right now is where it's at then. Right now is where it's at. Because like this moment now, man, this moment now in my life right now, I hoped for this. I hoped for this in the past. What I've become, what I've got in my life, I hoped for this. in the past, my past self wouldn't have not imagined, like my past self wanted to be what I am now, and so now I am that. But am I satisfied? No, I still want more, ever hungry, and that's okay, because that's life. As long as you're living, you're going to be desiring. That's built into the mechanism of this body, and there's nothing wrong with that. But to hinge hope that the next thing that you desire, to hinge your hope that will bring satisfaction when you reach what you desire, that's where the suffering lies. Because desiring is going to keep happening as long as you're alive. That's natural. Perhaps, that is God's purpose. Again, it's like God wanted to be man, a man that desires. God wants to be animals that have desire. Because if you had no desire, mate, you just sit down on a chair and wither away. If you had no desire to go to the toilet, to eat food, to connect with people, to paint a picture, to play a song. If you had no desire for anything, you would wither away. And then what would you become? You would melt back into the infinite potentiality, which is what God is. And like I said, God wanted to be man. God wanted to experience the hunger and thirst. So thanks for watching. Hope you got some value from it. Please like and subscribe. That helps me out. And come join our online community, The Truth Playground. Top link in the description. And I'll see you next time.